Someone's going to have to look at your insurance and understand it.
Good job, Jeff.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I thought you were going to wait.
they still live.
This is here's the courtroom.
Yep.
Here. Colin Smith. Albert Binder.
Yes.
Bob Lewin.
Here.
Bogey.
Here.
Anthony Gordon.
Here.
Jackson.
Here.
Thank you. The quorum has been established. In front of you should have the minutes from the last meeting. The chair will entertain a motion when you're ready.
Hello. That's all you didn't ignore me.
I see on the call and I'm like,
My phone just said, of course not. Tell you, anything listens to you.
Nice.
I make a motion to approve these things.
Motion by Jack to approve the minutes. Second. Second by Helmut. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And it passed. Miss Cindy, you're on.
Okay. It is tremendous that we are having our meetings at the Borough building, and not at some Ford garage or Hughes Glass or maybe the nursing home. It's wonderful here at the Borough building. Okay, I'm thinking of the taxes or whatever you was talking about last meeting about adding it on to a project we're going to get done to our house. Say, if I'm going to get a new roof on my house, you were saying that we are going to get an addition on to my work that has to go to the borough. What is this addition to our taxes?
There's no addition to your tax.
Not in addition to your taxes.
Or addition to my project,
Permit fee?
whatever it means. Don't ignore me, gentlemen.
I would answer, but I'm not sure which
Permit
permit.
fees?
Yeah. What she's trying to say.
Contract
license.
Trying to say what?
Oh, the contractor's license. The contractor will have to be, like, he'll have to pay to have a permit to work within the borough.
So let me
It's
take
not
this
gonna
one.
affect you.
So it's two separate things, I think, and stop me if I'm wrong, but one is that before us today is a contractor's ordinance that says that a contractor within the borough of Point Marion needs to be licensed by the borough. Now, that's not necessarily something that you pay. I don't know if a contractor would take that money and whatever they would pay here and flip it back on you. I don't know the answer to that question, but
Okay, can I have my brother, my uncle, my sister, whatever, work on my house without paying you?
no. Under the terms of this ordinance, what happens is they must come here and
No.
get the ordinance, get the permit.
For them people to get money to work on my house.
So I'm just explaining this.
I know, yeah.
The second thing is what's happened is over the course of many years, we've always had to do a permit fee. For example, because we don't do our own zoning in Point Marion, most places don't, unless you're like Uniontown or Countil. So what has happened is if we wanted to build a house or put a roof on, we would all have to go to Uniontown and see a man called Paul Pato. We would submit an application for a permit. What's happening now is Mr. Pato retired last year, and so the county said that we needed, each individual municipality, whether it be Point Marion, Masontown, whoever, needs to do our own permitting. But we have to contract with somebody like, I don't know, who do we use? McMillan or K2 or something like that. So we did a resolution that said that we could take a portion of that fee to come back to the borough. People are paying it anyway to McMillan. We resolved to have a portion of it to come back here for borough use instead of staying in McMillan. And I don't have that in front of me, but it's not like hundreds of dollars. I think it was 50. I think that's what we voted. We decided on. So.
I thought that you guys said that it was only for contractors, like if you want to do the work yourself.
Two separate things we're talking about.
Okay.
You're exactly right. One thing is about
Thank you.
contractors, but the other thing was before you got here, we voted on a resolution to take some of that permit money that goes to the county. So two separate animals.
Okay.
So Cindy, I don't know, did I answer any of your questions?
Yeah, but go ahead and say what you're saying.
Okay.
To what he just said.
Yeah.
You want to give to.
I don't want to do anything, Cindy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
mean that is,
Just what he said. Just what he said. If you're going to go and hire a contractor to come and do your work,
Yeah.
that's fine. Give it to the borough. But if I'm going to get my brother, my sister, somebody, why should they go and give this here borough money to do my work? Just like he said, no, this borough should not give family, friends to work on my house, to go and pay this company here, borough, money to get work done.
Cindy, sorry guys, what they're charged, the part that you're going to be paying for your guys to be working on it is still a permit, just so that.
No.
You still have to get a permit.
Yeah, you got to get a permit.
yeah.
So the
That's
tax, so
not
they
being
know,
changed.
so they know in the
I had
house.
that done, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go and pay this place here another $50 to pay to go and get some work done.
You're paying their engineer now. for a
Yeah,
permit fee.
instead
Not
of going
them.
with the other place,
Yeah, they don't do it no
pay the
more.
engineer
They
directly
don't do it
now.
no more in there.
What?
And
Instead of going to
Uniontown, where we
Union County,
used to
just
get
add
permits.
it to get your
No,
permit.
we got a-
You're paying it here directly now.
No,
The
no.
borough gets the money
No.
instead of
It's
elsewhere.
It's McMillan Engineering. Since Paul Pato's going out of the county, now we got an engineer to do our building compliance stuff. We
I don't
every-
need no help.
It's not new.
no, it's you always got to pay a permit fee.
You always have to pay a permit
Yeah.
fee.
Yeah, but then.
We're not double dipping. They're not charging you, and we're not charging. You know, we're not got 3 people charging you. McMillan's charging you.
You're just
The
paying
engineering
somewhere else.
for your permit to do
But
whatever
there's
you have
there's
to do.
other things that I don't need to dig into my ground. When I went to I could put my shed up that did not need dug into my ground.
Okay, but see, I think we all understand that
Yeah.
you don't approve.
I figured nothing will get changed.
Of course, it's on the agenda, so you know.
So don't come to my house and say, oh, you owe $60 because I will not pay it. I will call Channel 4 News or something, make a little ruckus over this. I don't want to hear it.
Just cost us.
I was just gonna ask about the process too, so if you come here now to get your $50, you pay $50 to get your permit here, not to the county.
No. It's what you would do is you would go to the county.
First,
Yeah, doesn't come here. Goes to the county first. But portion of that, I don't even know what it is. I don't know how much it is. But something comes back to us now.
so.
Why?
The
So,
contractors are coming in the borough.
No, we
and
were
work for the
talking
borough.
about the permitting. We're not talking about the
I
contract.
think she's got confused. You're talking about the contractor?
yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I come here first, I send my contractor here first now
Correct.
Yeah.
with a check made out to point
You get a
member
license.
to get a license. Okay.
From you guys.
Okay, now when he comes in, does he still have to show his
Like,
that he's got insurance
Yes,
Yeah.
and he has to show that he's
he has a
a state
Pennsylvania state license.
Pennsylvania license?
Here's the
Yeah.
thing though, once he gets that license, he can do multiple jobs
Sure.
with that
Yes.
license, so it's
I
not just
understand.
for your
I know,
house.
it's just like, maybe he does my house first, so
Yeah,
he's here
That's-
first, but I understand that.
it's gonna go around again.
Yeah, it's good for a year. Okay, so now, so I understand. Okay, so the borough hires a contractor. Do they have to do this?
They had to have a license.
Yeah.
They have to abide by it too, like,
Yes.
Yeah.
and even like, okay, here's what,
I know where this is going.
I know where it's going. Yep.
what do you mean you know where?
All of our contractors have to show a license and insurance.
I didn't say where
It's
it's going. I didn't say it. Okay.
But why do you?
I didn't say that. You're putting words into my mouth and I don't like that.
Yeah, be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Answer when you're spoken to. You was taught that, I'm sure.
Oh, him.
Okay, if there's an executive session tonight, where are we going? Outside?
Gordon
Yes? Fourth story?
This is a great
Okay,
place
so-
for meetings.
So the upstairs, is it actually, it's condemned, or is it just because the,
We're not moving upstairs.
Yeah, there's no way out of that.
We'll
upstairs.
step in the next
so,
room.
so like the code man doesn't write the borough a lot? Okay. Okay, another thing, very important. Elba Mountain School Board's meeting this Thursday night, 6 p.m. And it's for budget, finances, and consolidation.
Please go, everybody.
So
I'll be there.
hopefully,
6 you
council
say on
members are out
Thursday?
there
When is that again?
this Thursday night, 6 p.m. at Deferred. I think it's at Deferred. I got the legal notice.
Are you sure it's Thursday or?
Elba Mountain School Board special meeting on budget,
Oh, special
finance,
meeting, okay.
consolidation option.
Okay.
Thursday, February 12th at 6 p.m. Deferred Swaney Cafeteria.
Thank you.
Here's the.
I thought that school was good.
I was just
Condemned.
when you said special.
It's a
meeting,
special meeting. They advertised it.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's all I've got to say.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would reiterate that. But Mary's already lost a lot over the years. I think they should.
And if either one of those schools goes, you can just forget anything here in this town.
Yeah.
It's down the drain, down the river. It'll go down the river with the ice.
The way I see it is we're already top heavy, and they're no one's talking about anybody to the north of here. It's, how are these kids supposed to go all the way to German?
Yeah, there ain't no way.
No way, they're gonna take them, enroll them in private school in Morgantown. That's where they're gonna go.
Thank you, Mr. President, for hearing me.
Yeah, where's the meeting at?
It's gonna be
Deferred cafeteria.
Elementary school.
cafeteria.
Right.
What happens
What, the
is
newspaper?
the school board meetings are set up there. I'm surprised they're not having it in the cafeteria at the high school. But what happens is the cafeteria of the old elementary school is set up on the. My question is that, does it say anything about having to ask to be on an agenda or
It
anything?
doesn't say anything about being
Okay.
asked to be on the agenda.
Alright.
And, it just says it's finance, budget, and
It may be nice,
consolidation, it's a special meeting.
it might be nice if council members or somebody talks on behalf of the borough. It doesn't have to be everybody, but
At least,
somebody.
at least
Yeah.
decide who's going and say that I am from Point Marion Borough, I'm a
Yeah.
council member, and this town can't take another hit.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be all of us, but I think somebody.
I will be there because, well, it's affecting my kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they're gonna send her north and she's gonna ride a bus.
Hey,
All the way over.
my daughter too. They should have, I don't want that to happen.
All elementary's going to be sent. And all the rest of them still don't have two buildings. And people don't think that's all.
I've got it.
I'm super thankful.
And my wife.
That's what's going on. Who wants to put a kindergarten on the bus?
Right?
I'll send them to private school first.
Well, they'll be, the kindergartners, they're gonna turn south into the elementary. That's what they said for the last one.
All right, we good? Okay. Mr. Mayor, you're gonna be on here. And Mr. Mayor, would you want me to go to, come back to you?
Yeah, just come back.
Mr. Slocum?
I'll give me 1 second. I just picked the superintendent to see if we needed the other thing and there's an agenda for Thursday night. Okay, I wanted to just go over what my email from the last January meeting. I went in and I was snowed in. I couldn't even see my road. So, just the different things, just for someone from one of the Pittsburgh stations called me about the park. I tried to get back to them, but they never got in touch with anybody, so that's just as well. We advertised the contractor ordinance. We're gonna vote on that tonight. We'll wait a minute to see about that, but that was something that it had been advertised. It was to be advertised for the meeting of the 9th of February, that's tonight. I went over Anthony's paving contract, and I don't think there was any major issues with that, just some things I wanted to bring up is that we can contract for something that doesn't exceed 2 years, so if we can do a blanket contract for paving, we would start to do it like we would advertise for formal bidding, because I would assume that this would probably be, at the end of the day, it would probably be over the threshold, so I would assume we would have to advertise for formal bidding. And I didn't know if this had any issue for budgeting purposes if we had an open-ended contract, and I just said, the contract, just there was a couple things that were, needed to be looked at. There's, like, the bid packet has to identify certain areas, and I thought this was just a blanket contract, so just a couple things, but I think we can move forward with it. Anthony asked me to get a copy back. I'm going to scan it and send it to him. So I don't necessarily have a problem with it per se. It's just some questions I had and just a couple of places that we can get cleaned up.
Now, what I'll do is to hit it real quick. When you send it back to me, I will clean it up and make a final version that we can all look at.
And I'll give it a light bulb.
Right, and just to get the specifics, once we get that and we go over it one more time, then what we could do is that, we can advertise it ourselves. And what I'm proposing is that contractors or paving companies that are interested in it, if they want us to mail it to them, they can pay for it. And we can mail it for them. They're going to pay for it. We send COD or however we're going to do it. If we email it to them, which we can do, we still pay for it. So we're going to we should charge a fee for the packet to bid on. I'll prepare a packet for them to bid on, their qualifications, what they have to submit, And also with that contract, which we can all go over and add to it or whatever. But I'll have that, for the next meeting.
I sent money into people's gas. You guys saw an invoice from me. That wasn't all my money. What I did was I advanced the money for people's gas to pay off that judgment that Anthony and I went to in November. So I paid it. I talked to the attorney. They satisfied the case has been dismissed and everything, so that's all taken care of. But that's the only reason why there's an invoice in there for me this month, and that's why it's so high, because you just repaid me for what I advanced. I spoke with Gary Regan at Countil, and I sent him an email. Has he contacted anybody? Gary, has he called down here? Wendy, has Gary Regan called down here?
Who?
Gary Regan from Countil. Has anybody been in touch?
For the evaluation.
For the,
No,
not the
I saw your letter
appraisal.
come through.
Appraisal.
Okay. The reason why is I sent him an email, and I've worked with him before. Not only did I talk to him, but I actually sent him an email that said, "This is the property we need. It's in Point Marion." I gave him the tax ID number. I gave him all the information, and I gave him the contact information too. I gave him the borough number. I wasn't sure exactly who wanted to take him up there or what, but if he hasn't contacted you yet, he will be contacting you. He said he'd be willing to do it, and I gave him everything. I gave him the tax ID number, the address, the name, everything that happened.
You copy the borough on that email?
I thought I did, but I'll be happy to send it again.
You did.
You did? I sent it to.
Yeah, because I got the email.
Yeah.
I thought I put a copy in your boxes.
Check, I'm happy to send
It
it.
could be wrong.
Well, I mean, if it came in the borough,
Yeah.
I don't know, it should be distributed.
Anything.
I don't see it.
What I may have done is I think I just send it to you, Wendy. But sometimes I'll send stuff to everybody. Sometimes I'll send stuff to just the PM borough. So I
I'll
can just,
double check.
send that. That reminds me, while I'm on the topic, now I still have yours from the last time you were on the council. But gentlemen, I need your email addresses.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, could you write them, just a slip of
Yeah.
paper, write them down for me? Because what I've done is, over the years, what I do is I put like blank emails and I try to, you really want to. Yeah. So if you could, I apologize for not getting stuff to you, and that's one of the things I wanted to ask tonight, was to make sure I got your emails. Moving on, let's see, I have something for exec session, regarding litigation. Wendy, here is your letter. This is the letter. If you guys are, I'm sure Wendy will go over it more later, but this is a letter for the park regarding our grant, and they needed a letter from me that said that, just my explanation of why we were unable to get bids, and I explained them the process, and then we were limited by what we could do through the second class, or not second class, but the borough, code. So I did that for Wendy. I think it's wonderful that we have an opportunity to get that grant. Do we want to vote on the contract ordinance?
It's on the agenda under,
Right?
You want to wait till that?
Unfinished business.
Okay, let's wait. We can wait till that.
Contractor's license.
But that's been prepared. That's ready to go. So, and like I said, I have something for exec session for litigation. I have something prepared for everybody to go over with me. So. Yeah, thank you, Mr.
Mr. Mayor.
I don't have much, but I do want to bring up something in the exec session that me and Della talked about this past week. So stuff that she's been dealing with, and stuff that'd be able to help her that needs to be taken care of. Oh, Angelica.
Yeah, you good? Thank you, sir. Okay. The bills were passed around.
Yeah, bill approval.
Need a motion to pay the bills.
Mr. President, may I have a quote from
Yeah, we canceled Thursday's special meeting. We will review budget at the regular meeting. This is what Mr. Peg just texted me.
Wow.
What's that mean?
There's no Thursday
School
meeting.
board meeting.
Yeah.
Jack, I have a question. And when you're staying here,
It doesn't, he didn't tell me why. I'm not
put
gonna-
his total bank total, the split boost total, like, what's the difference?
It's your bank account, that's the right check, you have $800, the right check for $5, you really have $800.
But you're saying the bank total is like 37 million.
Yeah.
So are you saying that 994 is coming out of?
25 gallons of gas they put down in the basement down here.
I'm looking at,
No, that's, in QuickBooks, the water fund is
It's down to
$999.
so what's the 30?
I mean, going with
37
Now,
pounds.
obviously, more money will go in there.
That's in one.
Forget about the bank. Water fund is -9.
So I figured before.
July, something, utilities.
That's your 25 gallons.
That's now saying about $1,000. But in the bank, you have three. Because the checks are not due.
That's your money, that's my priority.
The bank really doesn't see what's what. I don't know. That's all that matters. I don't care how much you have.
Right, that's what I look at.
It's really not helpful.
Okay.
So you're just gonna find out. Find out.
I got a question. What about the $85,000 safety code?
That's not, they're not paying it now.
No.
I don't think.
We got
Is
a
that-
amount due.
Because I didn't see these checks in the check register, the check we paid. So these are just there, need to pay.
Either not normal bills or these are extra things.
Okay.
What they signed were normal ones, so these are not normal.
Okay. But we're not voting on to pay this. We're just voting on payment.
You guys
So
you can not vote on one or two if you don't want to.
Right.
So let me ask you this, then we go down the list of, safe code one. I don't think we're on that tonight.
No.
The, underwater, hatch. In some of the what hatches?
I'm gonna see if you say about that. Is that a hot meter, Mitch?
Yes. That's the meter, was that the, let's see which one you're talking about, that's $5,000?
Yeah.
Or $6,000. Well, it was that's the one we just got written up for, because we didn't have up there. We had ours sent out. They wanted $3,900 to repair ours, or $5,000 or $6,000 for a new one.
Okay, so it's a new meter.
Yes, new meter. It's there, we got it.
And then, under sewer.
Right.
Area environmental. The idea, anybody know?
So it was concept maintenance. You know what that was, Mitch?
Where is that?
That heritage environmental for water, for the sewer thing.
I don't know, other sewer.
Heritage environmental. Yes, that's when they have to come down and pump out so much tonnage.
Right.
I think that's what we're talking about there. I don't know. Yes, they have to have so much a year they can put in the river. You gotta take so much out a year.
Annual
Just pumping.
Yes.
expense.
Okay. So I have a question. And what is in-cinch systems? What's that for? License?
That's for the cop. You know what that was? I don't know if
Insane.
that license is-
It's in sync, Eddie. Not in cinch.
In sync?
Yeah.
Says
In-cinch.
in-cinch.
I think on the door gave you last night.
Is that what that is?
It's spelled cinch.
It's still.
You don't know what
It's licensed.
What's Whitmire Public Safety Group? The same thing? The cop?
His is for the sludge, you know, the one right underneath it.
That's his whole everything. He has to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
can help you on this one.
Yeah, good.
He has to go through a training once a year, and he has to go out on the range and he has to practice a little bit, but he has to be tested every year. So he goes through all this. He gets his shells, and that's what he does.
We didn't break it down. Look at this, Mitch, would you? Half to half, or the sewage. Wonder if our guy Jonathan's involved with that, our sewer guy.
Isn't this when they went up to the, did our flooring rooms for the year? That's what these are. Once a year, you have to go through our flooring rooms.
Which one is that?
That's the one we're talking about, heritage environmental.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make the motion to pay the bills.
I'd say it's
Water
water,
safe codes.
water and sewage, really, at those places.
Motion to pay the bill.
Excluding the 35.
Yeah.
Excluding safety. I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
And John, let me find out if you'll get you an answer on that.
Split that up.
I think we can split that up, I'm pretty sure, because they did a vote.
Oh, yeah, it's like water and sewage right on.
Oh.
But Jonathan, down the sewer plate.
Yeah. John put in.
They should approve that.
Yep.
Anything else on finance?
It's tax collector salary.
Spending limits for finance committee.
For you to look at it, that was what he bought.
Oh, yeah, okay. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm skipping over the balance sheet, I'm assuming that's covered, but spending limit on finance committee, I don't know what that means, what that's about.
I gotta say something under financial. We've got a great report from Angelica explaining how these books work and how these profit loss sheets, balance sheets, and all of that work. And everyone got that on an email, and what they read it and understand what these reports are and what some of the issues are that we're facing, and trying to make you a little more effective around the office. And so I'm going to assume the things that you addressed in your really nice email is what we're talking about with financial condition. Anybody take the time to read this?
Yep.
Put it in the box. But the fiscal office is asking for a clear spending approval threshold. Okay? In other words, why can we just approve it?
Without bringing it here.
Without bringing it, twice a month or whatever. And then also identifying a person, employee, for approving routine expenditures. I'm not sure how that's different. Would that be routine
You're
expenditures?
talking about over the threshold.
Would they be over threshold?
No, I'm saying you would give, let's say it's Mitch, because he signed off on it. Let's say you give him a $3,000 threshold
Okay,
that he can do without bringing it to council.
okay.
So like someone like the meters that we bought.
So that's the thing, that's the threshold.
Yeah, that would be that person's threshold.
Okay, so we got a threshold for that person. That's the threshold we're talking
And anything over that would need a whole council.
about. Right.
So it's streamlined since we don't bring everything to council.
Yeah, for sure.
And it makes sure the big things do come here.
And if full council approval of purchases exceeding, the threshold limit, I think that's great. Purchases under the threshold, and of course above the threshold, would have a purchase order attached to them. You don't know what to approve, you don't have a purchase order. So you're gonna approve.
The question is to designate a person and a night.
Yes.
Now, when they purchase stuff, say if they buy stuff using that threshold, then what happens? Like they'll bring that to the meeting and we'll discuss what they made with the purchases, so everybody knows.
What is purchase?
That would be above the threshold.
Huh?
That would be above the threshold.
Okay, so under the threshold, we don't even discuss it. It just gets paid.
That's what that's the proposal. That's what she's asking for. The idea is though is if we decide to do that, what would that threshold be? I mean, personally, I have no issue with,
Did you have a
$150, $500 electric bill or gas bill.
Yeah. Item purchased under the threshold be listed and presented at the next available meeting or something like that. Not for approval, they've already been approved, but just a list of what we spent on.
Yes, to pay your electric bill.
I mean, I'm just thinking.
Let me ask you this question: Is it any purchase up to including $3,000, or is his limit $3,000? And if he makes his limit, then
He just came up with that number. We're not saying this number.
you see what I'm getting at?
I get it. I would say up to that number. So if it gets to that number, no. So if hypothetically, if it's $3,000, if it's $2,999.99, boom, fine. If it's a $3,000, no.
What I'm saying is that is that for every purchase, or is that's his limit for a month? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that clearly makes sense. And that's another thing. Is it limited? Is that threshold for a monthly cost, or is it threshold for per item cost?
You almost need 2 threshold numbers, one for purchase and one for the month.
One for each individual purchase.
Well, I don't know.
All your little individuals could add up and go over.
Well, that's the problem because we play with
Big numbers sometimes.
and then we're playing with little numbers in our bank accounts. So it's not like the borough has $1 million sitting in a bank account. Sometimes it's skin, about here and chin. So it's not a.
Because you might not want to have that.
You know, you know what I'm saying? If your threshold's $3,000, you get 5 charges that come in at $2,000. That's $10,000. We're done. We can't do that. That would be a foolish. So whatever the threshold is, I think it has to be on a monthly basis.
Regardless of what we decide, whether amount and time or whatever, I think we need to have a resolution that's at least on the books that say we have, as the borough, have determined that we are going to do this financial threshold and put the numbers down, just so we can have it somewhere that 20 years from now, someone could look at it and say, this is what they decided upon. And we could say this resolution could be amended. 10 years from now, $3,000 might not be enough money. We might need to go 10. Who knows what inflation will do in these next couple of years.
This is a monthly limit with. Because we meet twice a month. What about 2 weeks of it? Something kind of enough.
I mean, the Fair Trade Market has a $1,500 limit on anything, but we don't have the nature of the business that you do.
Right.
So it's a little bit different.
Yeah, we're running more.
The chip that we're having to buy stuff for the,
If we get a list of those pre-purchased items at our regular meeting, we'd be able to monitor what was more under the threshold.
I get the threshold bill. I just think that it's a slippery slope.
I agree.
To be honest, and I think that I have no problem with specifying utility charges, gas, water, electric, any utility charge. I have no issue with that whatsoever because it's a constant.
Yeah.
I think I will have an issue with threshold charges because it's just a slippery slope. I don't want to do it.
I agree.
It's also to kind of slow it down. Well, it's also to protect everybody because at the end of the day, we're spending some money that really should be voted on before it's spent by the whole council. So I'm trying to put up a shield for you to protect you because we're doing some shady things, if you want me to say that.
Well, we don't want to do shady things.
So I'm trying to say, hey, well, here's the shield. I'm going to protect you from them screaming at you, and this is the way to do it.
Right. Well, I'm just going to say that. That's my opinion. That we do not do a threshold. That we set it up where any utility bill can be an automatic payment. That's it.
We already do that.
Well, this isn't about utility. This is
Well, I thought we did too, but she wrote the checks and we approved. Go ahead.
say Colin comes and says that I don't know, Nick's taser's broke or something. Now we know those aren't cheap. It's bottom not too long.
$7
If it's $7,000, no one can say, okay, we're just gonna buy it. it has to come here. But if it's only 2, you would give that person the permission to do it. This is also going to slow down the spending. This is also going to help your bank account because the money's flying out faster than I can bring it in. So if I have to wait 2 weeks to ask for approval to buy something, it's going to make sure that the money's there before it's spent. Right now, the money's being spent, and I don't have it yet. I'm chasing my tail for 3 weeks from now.
I'm confused, and I apologize, but it sounds like that you're wanting a threshold, to have someone have a threshold, right? But then it sounds like
You don't want
you
it.
don't want it. So I'm getting, and this is how
How do I
I'm,
not want one?
huh?
How do I not want a threshold?
Well, I'm saying that some things you say, to me, it indicates that you don't want one, and some things you do want one. I'm not opposed to doing this. If something comes up and we need to do it, then have to have a majority here to vote on anything, right? And if it's an emergency situation, we have to do it. Then I think 4 councilmen, you have to call and get an approval for 4 people to do it. That way we have a majority.
Yeah, but technically, we have to be a
They
meeting.
would have to have a meeting. That's what I'm saying. We're kind of sidestepping these.
Advertise it,
Right.
blah,
This
blah,
is how
blah.
we're gonna fix that. I'm saying that, say Doug's the person. He has a $1,500 limit. I wanna buy a $2,000 filing cabinet. He can't say yes without all of you.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I really do.
I'd be a good example of what would need paid. That's my thing. Like, what is it that would really make it easier, and what would need paid to make it feasible to do it?
I'm thinking like
A pump, like a water plant.
Lawnmower.
That's what I'm
If
asking.
we don't have, we can't run water.
Yeah.
So it's $5,000. And if we don't get it, we shut the water down. So you want to shut the water down or you get the pump?
Well, that's different. That's what I'm asking.
Well, there you go. That's
What's the
emergency.
threshold for it?
that. This really wouldn't help that because the threshold isn't $5,000.
That's right.
That's
That's
it.
what-
This is where I'm getting at. Some of these things have to be emergency,
If you read
actually
the
done.
next paragraph, it says with the exception of emergency
There you go.
That's a
situations.
different subject. So,
Okay.
for example, some of these things on the bill approval sheet we just went over.
And that is it's in the code.
A loader for salt
stuff.
spreader, $400.
So
Water.
we can do emergency stuff without the threshold. Is what you're
Up
saying?
to 11,000, is it $11,000, Carl?
I don't think so.
Things like
Is it
water.
13 now? Oh, they did
That
up
should be
last year.
the exception to the rule. Yeah, if Mitch is in a situation where the water's not going to come on for the borough, yeah, he better go buy that part. But God forbid he makes that sorry, I'm using it as an
That's
example.
fine, it's going to be me.
But God forbid he makes that a habit, and then, so.
Well, we already have the exception thing, do we not?
Well, we do, but it's something that should only be done in dire circumstances.
Okay,
If you read it,
I'm gonna go along with that. But that's where I'm gonna go along with it.
Where did we do?
I can't go along with, I just don't think it's a good idea personally. I would never allow it in my own business, and I would never vote for it here.
Well, I don't want to spend the time in the borough council representing our own borough. Doing business. We're in a utility business, along with everything else. Reviewing the purchase order for staples and pencils.
Yeah.
At a monthly meeting. That stuff should be bought automatically under the threshold. Bring us a list of what's been purchased under the threshold on a bi-monthly basis, so we can just see if we're being honest. We're not buying like 8 things, $1.
Some of them come back next meeting and say,
Let's just vote on it.
honestly, maybe we cancel it. So you don't report back and say, these are the things that we could have done between this meeting and last. If it's a technically, you don't want to
I don't know if I've ever seen any bills come across this table that.
It doesn't matter to me either way, I'm just.
For paper, or, I'm using Jack's example. I don't ever see those bills come across this table. I think most of the time we need that stuff, that's being bought on a credit card, a Visa card. If I'm not mistaken, we need paper, it's bought on a Visa card. We need pencils, it's bought on a Visa card. I'm pretty sure that's how it's being done now, is it not? Even though I don't never see a Visa card deal, but the point I'm making is that stuff is already covered. So to Jack's point, that's already being covered, that's already been taken care of. What's the threshold on that?
This is more for like saying, it says that every truck has flat tires. If it's under $3,000, you can go buy the tires.
I just, well, I gave my,
I'm just saying that we do this in Fairchiefs and it works out fabulously, and I have to wait 30 days between every meeting. We have one meeting a month. It takes me 30 days to get something through, not 2 weeks, and it works out just fine out there. So I'm just.
Is this something that has to be voted on right now?
No.
No, you can take it.
It's a good discussion. It makes things more efficient, effective. I'm not.
I will say that, like Oprah said, because that change is different, it always has worked out in Fairchance over the years. But I know we're not Fairchance, and I'm not going there, but, you know, it has been something that it never was an issue while we were there. But that's, I didn't hear it right there.
If the purchases are paid.
Yeah, make a motion to table. Mitch makes a motion to table. Both.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Table to the next meeting.
Thank you, Joe.
Can I ask a real quick question? When you said was that a hypothetical we're doing shit? Okay.
Yeah, it was like,
I didn't know what other word to call it, but yes.
The tax collector salary.
No, that's a different thing. There's another item under this category.
Text it yourself?
Yeah, we've got a proposal here. We're looking at our payroll, timekeeping practices.
That's down farther, Jeff.
That's on down federal. It's
Time
on
clock enforcement, is that what you're looking at?
under committee reports. First, finance personnel.
Oh, okay. It's in the same report.
yeah, you're right, you're right.
Okay, back to the tax collector issue.
Yeah.
And Joe, you want to put this up?
So right now he gets paid once a year, which is what I guess they did a couple years ago. I asked him if he'd be opposed to changing it to getting paid monthly after you bring in the reports, just because it'd be easier on our end with the. So he said he's fine with whatever we decide to do. I'm just asking the council to vote to make that happen.
Well, we can't do that yet. What I need to do is I need to figure out whether we need a resolution or ordinance. So if you guys are okay with that, I'll work on that and I'll have something for next meeting. I don't know off the top of my head whether that requires, what that requires. It may require an ordinance.
More money for advertising.
How do they do it?
Well, Fairchance tax section is just he gets paid by the.
And we do the flat rate. It doesn't have to be done by ordinance. I'm leaning toward we're gonna need an ordinance. For this. I don't want to. I want to double check. She's got.
How they do it this?
No idea. How's that for an answer, Jeff? It's a different animal since it's a township.
We're gonna get that off.
Yeah, we don't need a motion to table. We'll just leave it on. I'll find out what we need, how that needs to be done by next week.
Okay, committee reports for public safety.
Yeah, I got Nick's report here. Everything looks like it's going pretty quiet and smooth early this year. Nothing really aggressive, nothing out of the ordinary. You got his report if anybody wants to look at it. It's been pretty quiet so far. Cold weather kind of helps. Nothing really goes on and
Keeps me in the house.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay, anything else on public safety that have an issue?
The streets look good. That's a public safety issue. Snow removal was good.
I've seen they isolated the issue with the roof with the light.
Yeah, we got one side of them out.
Yeah.
They're not flashing.
No, the one side.
That's always disconcerting coming down the hill.
I think it's
Yeah,
the opposite side of the fire hose shut off. Yeah, so they must have found an issue.
You good? Miss Mary, good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Infrastructure?
Yeah, I got lots going on. Okay, so the weather's been killing us. The salt ain't been working. Anything below 15 degrees, you're done. Guys have been out. I had one guy out, so when he's out, that gives the other guys overtime automatically. He's been out. I ain't going to bring up why he's out, but there was a health issue with his family member. She was in the hospital, so and he had to take 4 or 5 days off of that one, and then he's off now sick, so we're having some overtime there. We got overtime with the plowing the snow off the roads, the salt throwing. I mean, you just got to keep up with it. This time of year is our killer. We have broken lines this time of year. So thresholds are out the door right now. I hate to say it. I can't do nothing about it. Either that or we just let it go. I don't see that happening. I'm not going to let the roads get unsafe. But we have to come up with a game plan. I talked to him about maybe staggering when he makes it back, staggering shifts until we get through this weather and get through some of these leaks. Maybe somebody comes in 2 hours earlier than the other person, one goes home 2 hours earlier, and one stays 2 hours. See if we can do with that. See if I can help out a little bit on the overtime. Yeah, as of right now, when I got one union guy off, the other union guy's got to be here. So on the water, so that hurt us. We had some frozen meters. We're digging tomorrow. We got actually 2 places. One we have to talk about in exec session. I'll need our police officer involved. And we had the boiler down at the sewage plant go out, which caused one of our pipes to break, but they caught it right away.
Really?
Yeah. So at least they're on that, catching up on that.
What went out? The boiler?
Yeah, the boiler. Actually, the heater went out. The boiler for the heater, and it broke the water line because it froze up. Yep, and it didn't take long. But Dave caught it quickly and saved us a lot of headaches. So we got the furnace. Yes, we had the furnace guy come out. He fixed it right away. Because that's one of them thresholds.
Right.
That was an emergency.
So that's an emergency, not a threshold. Buying stamps and paper clips and thresholds.
That's right. I was going down with my soldering gun and solder, but that's.
Oh yeah, duct tape.
Yeah, duct tape usually helps. We got a call from 911. Was worried about the roads going up the hill. Well, like I told them, when you get below 15 degrees, the salt doesn't work. Guys have the roads salted. They got plowed. They put other stuff in it.
Mitch, that was just the wrong time of the day. Ambulance was one time. It was 4:30 in the morning. I did feel bad for the 2 girls on that unit. They about upset it up on Walnut Street. Yep. And then the other morning, it was like, I think you just had one up the hill once. Yep. But then the ambulance came right behind you, and then they slid all the way down it.
I talked to the family to try to get it because I guess there's certain days. There's some of the family has to go to
dialysis.
Yes, and like I said, I don't want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to try to have it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday clean for them. Just make sure the hill's safe.
I know one time. Because it was 4:30 in the morning when the ambulance was up there, and it was just a bad. Yins wasn't even out. But the next time Yins had made one trip up, and the ambulance came, and then it just, it was as soon as the truck went down, the ambulance come up, and then they turned around up the top of the hill, and then they started sliding, about slid into the bush area.
And let's face it, that hill's all new. Yeah. It's all new, and it's going to be slippery. I can't help it. And then they're doing their best they can. They put 4 or 5 hours a day in trying to get this salt down. It's not
going to work. It's too cold. That new blacktop's cold.
Yes.
And it's slippery.
Tomorrow helps.
So yeah, tomorrow's going to help. 53 degrees. But yeah, besides that, they're doing their best. I did talk to Mikey Costa, and we're going to see about getting some of this money recouped from our overtime on our emergency state of emergency. I did talk to Angelica, see how we can do this. We got the time punched, we got everything documented. See if maybe we can get some of this stuff taken care of on liquid fuels.
Is our state of emergency over yet?
No, it expires. We can end it at any point, but there's an expiration date on it, 21 days from the time we entered it. But you could close it at any time if you want.
Anytime, but after 21 days. So do we
just wait 21 days out, or do we do it tomorrow or Tuesday, whenever it's 50 degrees out? You know what I mean?
Well,
do you know offhand, our emergency management coordinator, hasn't been in a borough meeting for a while, telling us what's going on. Is there a certain time limit to submit reimbursement requests for emergency calls?
I did talk to him, and like I said, see when it's happening. And he's supposed to get back to me. He's gonna get a hold of, what's his name?
Mr. Kelly.
Mr. Kelly, yeah. And see if we can't get paid back for some of this stuff. Like the motor for the salt spreader, we just spent $342 for. That's for the big truck. And what happened was we never used the big truck because it's really a mess to use on the roads. And if you had to in an emergency, it was nice to have. But we didn't have a spreader because it was dry rotted. The wheel that spins and throws the salt out was dry rotted. So we had to get the whole new spreader to get it taken care of. So now we have 2 plow trucks in emergency. If one goes down, we can use the other.
Yeah.
And thank Carl. He's the one who told me we have 2 spreaders to work, right, Carl? So that's how I found this out.
Is that one of these expenditures we were looking at?
Yes, we was looking under liquid fuels, under the salt spreader. So this is something that if we get the, state of emergency, we can get paid back from the state for this. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Whenever there was something bust on Sadler and Freeling Street, those guys came down and worked on the Sadler and Freeling Street. Did they put in whatever they need for when we do our Freeling Street?
Oh yes.
On the
Yep.
Great.
20 feet of it.
Was it? Because I wanted to know whenever a new street comes in. Yeah.
A lot of equipment broke down during these emergencies, not only here, but everywhere. And
37 of them Pittsburgh.
Yeah, repairing those pieces of equipment that broke down should be reimbursable.
Right. Should be.
Yeah.
That's their words. That's what they stated it as.
Without liquid fuels, I mean reimbursable from whatever funding source is available for emergency.
So right now, we've got it under liquid fuels because we can claim it under liquid. But if we get it under the state of emergency and we get the money back from the state, I think that's something we should look into.
Absolutely. And salt purchases.
Well, they did bring us a load of salt. We got one more coming, and now we got Andrew. Yeah, we're running low again. Not critically low like we was before, but I want it in here because
Oh yeah.
we still got March. We still got beginning of April.
You can't go out and buy salt anywhere.
No.
And just, last year on February the 10th, you just had to sign a new salt agreement. Is that new agreement up?
No, that's the 2 trucks. Is that the 2 trucks we bought?
That was last year, yeah.
Because last year you signed an agreement
Yeah, we'll
on
have to sign it
February
again
the
for this
10th,
year.
and it's due by
Yes.
March the 15th.
Yeah.
So we got another truck owed to us, 22 tons.
Well, don't forget to sign the
No.
agreement for next year.
No.
Increase it a little.
Do you need help putting together all the hours that are excess during the emergency?
Do you got everything you need? I try to keep track of everything you need. So, all right. Well, that's all I got because I can keep going on. It's been one heck of 2 weeks.
Yeah, my hat's off to you. You've got all hands on deck for a while.
10 days in a row below zero. Below freezing.
Yeah.
We're
not even talking about the lines that are broke right now. We're up over 100,000 gallons of water.
In meters.
And meters.
I know my rental's frozen.
Yeah.
He's been frozen for a week.
What you done with the air? Come on, wrap them pipes. We put it out on Facebook what to do.
Yeah. What? We did. Wait, what? You can't because the meter up there, the meter's only that deep.
Yeah.
It's got a lid on it. It's got to have a special tool from the borough to access it. So the meter's outside, 40 feet away from the house. There's no way.
Curb box.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't get the curb box to heat the meter.
What did you say?
Get a heat gun. Well, I've done everything.
He called him a slumlord.
I even took a weed burner and heat the ground up.
Nice.
Trying to thaw it. I was doing everything trying to get that boy water.
So you the flamethrower.
Yeah, that's what I look like up there.
What's the address?
7-Eleven.
Code enforcement, we got code enforcement guy.
Yeah, you have a code enforcement report from Mark in front of you.
I heated it up. I think what happened is from the meter being frozen so long, the line underground's frozen.
It's going 5 notices this month. Garbage accumulation, unsafe wall, vehicles on a public street. We might need to get Nick to help with some of that. Parked on the street, but suspended and blocking the roads. Posted some properties with lack of water. Followed up a review of 5 different locations. We have, Mark got a request in to go to some training, wants a cost share. It cost us $60. It's $360 worth of training, but we're spreading it out between Marion Township, Carmichael, and Countil. Something I'd like everyone to approve of $60 for continuing ed. Documentation's right here. That takes place in March. Have, of course, we signed
threshold.
There's a threshold.
Yeah, you only got $50, Jeff.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
All right, no, that's
Get punched. Oh, shut up, Jeff.
And we did note about the Point Manor building. And he sent him a notice regarding the garbage. Does anybody drive by there and look at it?
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's been that way before the storm. You know,
Right.
I mean, before the storm. I don't know what they're thinking up there.
It sounds like the garbage company's not getting it or something.
Is there paid?
It's a good thing it's freezing.
Same here. It looks horrible. It does. You're gonna have rats up there if you don't do that.
One of the things that Mark went over the contractor code, and he thought it was okay. He's mentioned there's code enforcement officer. He thought that we might want to try perhaps exempt like some basic fundamental maintenance items, siding, painting, shingle replacement, roofing. I'd like that to be reflected in the minutes. Also, in talking to our engineering firm, McMillan, they're not going to issue, once we pass this ordinance, they won't be issuing any building permits unless the contractor applying for that permit has a license for the borough. So, the first step is to get the license here.
So are we writing a license up for them? Are we giving them a license?
Yes.
Okay. So we have to come up with something, right? And that would be like a, just a receipt?
Well, it would be a license, your approval. When Marion Borough Council approves you as a contractor to do work in the borough, and you have to present that to McMillan in order to get a building permit. So that's on that. The other issue about code, and this is something where we have to sit down with our solicitor and have a meeting. We can't do it in this setting. But we have liens on all kinds of properties. We have more liens coming. And a lot of these properties are vacant. A number of them, 5 or 7 of them, have been deemed unsafe structures by our engineering firm.
As of today, that's our liens.
Yeah. And a lot of them, unsafe structures and properties with liens have been sold to new owners without them coming back here. And then both in private interactions, but also through tax sales. Okay? Through the tax bureau. Somebody claims a property, pays peanuts for it. It's got a big lien from Point Marion on it. They're supposed to do, I would think, I don't know. I don't know what the legal, whether they should do their due diligence and contact us like a private party would. But it's a mess.
It depends on each situation.
I mean, how are they getting possession of this house?
Right?
No, we haven't paid our liens. How are they getting possession of a house? Well, we take the one that was recently bought by Bobby. You know, he got possession of it, going in and doing stuff into it. Working
Over
over
10 Highland. He bought it through tax sale.
They're allowed to do that.
All that shit.
The tax sale trumps us. He buys it at tax sale. I don't know which one he bought it at. I don't know whether he bought it at the upset sale or whether he bought it at the free and clear sale. If he bought it at the free and clear sale,
It should have been in there.
Oh, yeah.
If it's free and clear, if it's got liens on it.
if it's free and clear, what happens is the tax claim bureau extinguishes our liens.
Right.
Oh.
They go away.
Yeah, they go away.
And that's what's
Without
happening.
notifying us?
Yes.
Well,
Now
they're
they do
supposed to notify us. I don't know if they did or not.
Can we not turn their water on without notifying them? We get our money back?
There you go.
I don't know when they notified us or not. I don't know. I'm not sitting here getting the mail. but they're supposed to send us
Yeah, they
something
can't
in the
get
mail
water.
that says that either certified mail or sheriff service that says that these properties are served, that done free and clear.
But when half these houses are under a like they have to have a, what's the word I want, Jack? Like McMillan's shut them down. How are they going in and working on them if they're condemned?
Well, what's happening is that they are buying them at tax sale and they're not contacting the borough. What you could do is say, look, these properties are condemned and you can't go in there despite the fact that you bought it at tax sale. Even if you bought it at free and clear tax sale, the free and clear tax sale only takes care of the liens, monetary liens. It does not take care of any of the condemnations and things. So it's sort of like a mortgage foreclosure. What happens is we could have liens on the property. If they give us notice, a mortgage foreclosure extinguishes those liens. So now the thing is that technically we could go back in and file them again. But what I don't know is which ones have been extinguished or not. Because what I don't know is I don't know what notification we've gotten. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of issues with the tax claim. There's a lot of issues with notice not going out to who should receive notice. And it's happened since, I don't like to speak poorly of anybody, but since we have a new regime with the tax claim bureau, there's been a lot of issues in the last couple of years. So we may not have even gotten notice
No,
of
they
something.
didn't notice, so we need to bring some legal action against them. This is piling up.
Yeah.
This is piling up.
So what's happening is that we might not even. What I could do is if you give me a case by case basis, I can go see if they purported to actually send us notice. I've already had to do that for something else for a quiet title action, so I can see if they've said they've given us notice or not. Some things, and there's been issues they have not given notice to people and still sold things at. But what happens is that you are a buyer beware. If no notice was given, then you're still subject to that lien. So I think what we need to do is just talk about as individual properties. Not every property has this issue, right, Jack? We're just talking about like Bobby's. We're just talking about a few of them, right?
I can think off the top of my head, not counting, of course, our two big structures down here that we've been working on for 2 years.
Yeah.
I can think of 3.
Great. Okay. So let's take each one individually of those, and we'll work on them and see exactly what happened. Now let me ask Wendy. Wendy, remember a couple weeks ago we got a request for a Delansky property for a payoff? Yes. What one has that closing happened yet?
No.
Okay.
Well, no.
Is that one of the ones Jack's talking about, or is that a different Delansky property?
The Delansky property that I got a letter on is the hardware building.
Okay. Okay. So that one, if it does close, will be paid off in closing. But we're talking about something else, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if we could, and that's probably something we need to just, not. It's because it's involved litigation and things like that. That's something we probably should just sit down with. Maybe me and you or something and figure these out, and we'll go. And I can figure out what's going on.
I think we need to have a meeting.
Yeah.
Spread it all out on the table here. And
I'll know
put
where
a
to
sign up on the door that says we're having a meeting so people don't come in and bother us, try and figure this out because it is complicated.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. We'll just figure out a time and I'll come, maybe in the morning or something, I'll come down and we can figure it out. So that way I don't have to drive into Utah and drive back. I can just come straight here.
Okay.
So
sounds good. We'll set that up. Because it's just getting worse and worse.
Okay.
Thank you. That's all I have to report on code.
Good news.
Yes, very good news. First, I need to have a vote for the update on the LSA resolution, please, for the holding tank grant. Angelica has a copy of it.
This is for the holding tank up there that we put in for. We have it rebuilt.
Right.
So we put in for a LSA grant for it and
I have somebody working with me from DCED. She keeps changing up on me, so I have to rewrite things and get it approved.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Resolution?
Yeah, if you want to. Mrs. got it signed.
For the Commonwealth finance to be used to appoint Marion Water Treatment Plant update, revision of the main clean water holding tank, clear well, transfer pump, et cetera, et cetera. Countil certified scorecard and true copy. You wanna look at it?
Make a motion to pass the resolution.
I'll second that motion.
Yeah.
Motion by Anthony, second by Jack.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Also, I had to shut the borough down for an hour the other day because I was here by myself and I had a Zoom meeting with one of the department heads for the DCED. I was talking to her about some borough grants that might be available, Riverfront Park Associates grants that might be available. And we got to talking about the current grant that we had that we're kind of at a standstill on with the park bathroom and the concrete pad, this Greenways Trail grant. So she was asking me about it, and I told her that I've been working on this grant since 2022. We've had many changes, we've had many things that held us up. The bids didn't come through like they were supposed to. So she said she's going to contact some people and try to get more details about this grant. So I thanked her, we hung up. And the very next morning, Friday morning, she called me and she said, number one, we're going to give you another year extension on that grant. She said, number two, we are lifting the bid procurements. We're lifting that so you can use, because I actually said I have somebody who can do this project for $38,000, but when you got bids coming in for $100,000, you can't do anything with that. The borough can't offset that money. So she said that they're lifting the bid procurement so that we can actually get, the gentleman for the $38,000 to do our bathroom for us. Now I am going to find out more about that, if it's just that person or if somebody else would like to take that on. Pardon? Tim Rose. Yeah. So, so we are, waiting to get some more information, but that was such good news. Such good news. I mean, I've been working on this grant for 4 years, off and on and off and on and off and on, doing this, getting excited, getting disappointments, and I got that, I about cried. I mean, it was just such a relief. And
that's just such wonderful news.
Yeah, so we might eventually see this bathroom go in and our new bleachers go in. I'm also going to talk to her about phase 2 of this grant once we get a little bit more ahead in phase 1, because phase 2 was brand new playground equipment.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully that will come about too. So.
Oh, yeah.
Well, great work.
That's good. That's really good news.
Yeah.
We needed that second extension.
Yeah.
We weren't going to get much done by June 30.
Yeah. I said finally something positive and good for this town.
Yeah.
So.
Good. Anything else, Wendy?
That is it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is police, but you've already done this.
The only thing, Nick's got a couple meetings at Shimshawks and nothing else really, just a couple things.
Pointless.
Yeah.
And a couple things in the exec session that's going to be brought up.
Okay, finance, personnel, time, clock enforcement.
That's me also. Yeah,
It
we'll do
involves
that.
individual people.
Yeah, we'll do that in exec session.
We have a suggestion from Angelica who gave us this financial operational report that's so nice. Asking if we could address an issue about clocking in early or late.
Correct.
And she's suggesting that there be I don't want to call it a threshold. But the possible solution is a commonly used 7-minute time clock rule. Okay? You can come in and you can clock in 7 minutes ahead of time.
We're nowhere near that, so we're.
No, I'm sure we're not.
Nowhere near that.
I'm sure you are. But this is a recommendation from our financial office.
Different.
We'll discuss some personnel issues later, I'm sure.
Well, this kind of like deals with the same. Me and her talked this past week about that in particular.
You know, when you have a time sheet thing, in 7 minutes, doesn't everybody have
A start time?
Yeah, don't everybody have smartphones nowadays? Can we have a policy or can we have a program that they can just check in through their phone, and it gives us exactly where they are when they check in, they check out, it gives you a printout, sends you a thing to your computer that Adam checked in at 4 o'clock or Adam checked in at 4:02.
I like that.
And then it's automatically done for you on a computer. That's how we do it. You know, I got people everywhere. You know, they check in on job sites everywhere. Go right to the phone, and it's boom, right to the computer, and I just print the report, and it's done.
I'm sure they do that.
Would
I'm sure they do make that.
would that not solve the problem that we're talking about for us? No?
Shouldn't there be like a physical way to do it?
Right. Right, okay. But I'm talking about, so I guess it doesn't matter. It's still a clock early, they're saying? You know, I was reading that wrong.
You just need to make it a rule. They do it accurately.
Just don't pay.
Yeah.
That's what my suggestion was. We have a start time, right? You have a start time, you have a start finish. Regardless of what time you punch in, you can get start. You get paid for that start time.
I just
You're
don't
only gonna
pay.
get paid
Or
starting
they're
at 8.
getting overtime.
Yeah, I get, they're cheating the system to get overtime.
Yeah.
I get it. Cheating also, just to reiterate that, once again, the program that we have, you cannot check in until your time. So they'll make you sit there and hold that phone till your time. So you hit that button. If your time's at 7 a.m., okay, if I hit the button out, then get off.
And I'm taking that back on cleaning your hill. We're not gonna start till 7 o'clock.
Hey, I'm retired. I don't have to come off that hill. I mean, I'm just concerned about my elderly people.
This is some
On your report, it tells you.
We did. And it tells you where they go every second of the day. I clock the whole thing. They go somewhere and sit for 2 hours at the gas station or something. Yeah, why would you at the gas station for 2 hours? Yeah.
We did.
They give us, my job pays for ours, they give us a stipend because they make us use our cell phone. Anytime call out there. So, they didn't know we're making them use their phone. Guarantee that you ain't gonna say, hey, you don't pay for this phone. I get it, neither is them using the time slot. Their phone is a time slot. Hey, I'm just giving you our time.
How do we resolve? Are you looking, what are we looking?
We're gonna go discuss this further
We
in
have to discuss
executive
it. We
session.
have to discuss the details of
The
that
handbook.
session because
The
of
handbook.
multiple.
Okay, economic
Punch in.
development group.
And punch out. No handwriting.
So it's a free for all.
It's a process. I'm waiting on everybody else.
We got a handbook. It's already written.
Unfinished business.
Here's
Give me the
something.
power to make decisions for everything.
They work.
Nice.
No.
Man, I don't know what they're doing. I know it's here.
I'll drop a D10 here.
Does anybody else?
We can
No, but some on economic development. The engineering company, he just sent me another text, and I don't want to forget. You have to sign that water thing that you sent over, and for him to do it.
For water down the street.
Right. If he has not got anything back signed or anything else,
Where's the document?
Everybody got an email of it. I didn't.
Because we didn't have an email.
Well, who needs to sign it?
You don't count
I
that.
thought either Joe or Jack had to sign it. but I mean, I thought even Joe had mentioned it.
Threshold is above threshold, so I mean, we have to. I'm serious. So do we have to sign this?
What is it about exactly?
Well, that's where they're going to do our drafting and come up with they're going to charge us. Move these.
It has a memo on it?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, that happens. This is what I'm talking about. Here we go.
That's it.
Perfect.
That's the amount on it?
Yeah, it's going to be an amount. That's what it is for them
It
to do
is.
everything.
It is.
Everything they give us now, it's not like, oh, they're going to give an amount to it.
We have to, if it's, we have to vote on it.
Well, I think we need to do it because there's a timeline here for this.
Where is this contract from?
Actually, we're authorizing them at a certain price to do this.
Correct.
That's what it is. It's nothing, they haven't done it yet. But we're giving them authorization at this price to go and start.
I can't talk about it unless I have.
There you go.
This week? Oh, I know it's 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks.
When you mentioned.
So did you send this out to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, I remember getting it.
I know, I did too.
Yeah.
You remember.
I didn't have it.
Yeah, you
I don't
think
have
you
it.
got.
When Dave come out and clean your house, now you want to mail delivery?
All right, just be quiet.
Oh my. It's $384,000. Oh.
I need you guys to let your email. And then I can connect you to our car.
You want my list, Linda? I have a list.
Yes, but is that the lean list?
Yeah, no, this is
our email
the, this is the email list.
Oh, they, right.
That's straight.
I just
Okay.
wanna make a call.
I have a lead list too.
Yeah, I do want that.
Okay,
That's for your middle.
Yeah.
this came in on January 19th. Contract extension copy, is that what we're talking about? I mean, I don't have the contract, I
Oh, okay.
have a new copy of the email.
Is that public term?
Could be.
That's it.
This is just no, this ain't it.
No, that's not, it would be there,
Yeah.
so I don't have that. All I have is the email that came to the borough, and
Oh, okay.
it came to,
Yeah.
when,
Okay, well, yeah.
and it came to you.
Yeah, it's basically, they just took the same fees that we were gonna get charged from other people and just, that's what the fees, they're giving it to us to show us, hey, this is what you're gonna pay us. Because it's the exact same thing you're gonna pay them, whatever it is.
So it's way over the threshold. That's why I said it has to be here. We have to have it on.
That's what
Yeah, that's what's appropriate. I went through today. Hey, wait a minute. I mean, this is
Here it is.
You want some? Earlier, I was with Laird Roberts, Robert Beeline, so it's her.
There it is.
That's why I didn't print it out. When I saw it, because it's like 25 pages. So who read it? You go on to that till the next meeting, someone can read it.
Well, there, when was the timetable for us to get that file? Cause they had to file it to get an extension of it. June?
Oh, really? I mean, is there a dollar amount in there?
I know where it's at.
I'd be happy to read it. And come in for the next meeting. But,
I mean, it's nothing that we didn't already approve through that other engineering firm. We just waited on them to do it and never did it. So it's the exact same thing. So do we need to vote on it? Can we change the name to it?
Yep.
It is what it is.
Well, get the sidewalks done on that, I'd be happy with that.
Plus not having to pay any kind of extra money. That's what I'm at.
Well, that's what we gotta do. I mean, if they can move it up the sidewalk, like you said, but we get all more down street sidewalk done.
Oh, man, that's right.
Full Saturday, no?
So I have plans.
Full Saturday.
Huh?
Full Saturday.
Drafted a letter.
I ain't got no money.
Yeah, I signed your letter.
I ain't got no money.
Right? So this was the letter.
Full Saturday.
That's why I
Some
have,
concrete bags.
he drafted a letter to to DEP. You signed it.
You say on Saturday?
Not me.
No. Your Saturday, you're coming down?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ready. It happens.
Okay, so
It happens.
What do you want to do with this?
It was,
I think we need.
he has asked us here to sign a letter of borough. We did.
That's the extension.
Yeah.
We're talking about the water line contract. You're referring to.
They have to rewrite that whole contract, and it's not one in the middle of roads.
Right.
They're gonna charge us, then they're gonna move it over to the sidewalk, so it's gonna be $39,000. We were looking for
No.
So he dropped the price then, because he's 39.
Well, I thought this is
Huh? That's what it's supposed to be. Okay, so that's what they're, the contract right now, they're gonna do.
Yeah.
This is not about the contract.
No, it's not.
But Angelica got what's about the contract right there.
We should start keeping a file of all the stuff.
And that's when we understand from a girl. You don't put that in your file.
We did this. We did this.
So are we gonna need to wait on that? Yes, sir. We're gonna need to wait on that?
What?
Wait on the vote on the redoing of the water line project. They're changing it to do what we wanted to do. Okay. So they're gonna do that for the exact same money that we were getting charged from the other engineering company.
Okay.
So we need to vote on to authorize that,
I would think so.
but we already have the grant.
I would still think we need to vote on it, even though we voted on
Yes.
it once, it's a new engineering company.
No, I'm saying, can we vote on it now, or do we have to wait?
He wants it, he wanted it voted on last
I
meeting.
don't see why we couldn't vote on it this week.
Basically, what they did, they changed a little bit of the scope of the grant.
No, wait, that's not.
We're still talking.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, this was a, yes. This was they brought the water line in the middle of the street, and it wasn't. It was on the sidewalk. So I had to have to put the line all the way down through there, which was no problem. Now, we need the sidewalk fixed, we'll have to do it for 4 inch, not 3 or 6 inch. Which we do everything, we let them do the grant, and have our sidewalk. So the grant's
I'm gonna
coming.
give that to
Oh,
for,
well, I'll just say, I mean, it's something else, those funds.
it's not gonna take that.
They want to take, they want this.
All right, and that's, or Anthony, what do we want?
Let's vote on it. We can vote on it. They said we can vote on approving it. Let's vote on approving it or not.
You got a copy.
So, you haven't made the threshold yet. Mine's gonna be up, you're gonna go on mine. There's more above your threshold yet.
Angelica's gonna punch you.
This is
Look at it, Corey.
not that big.
You're gonna find out that these guys get it done. They don't like to waste time.
So you said that we might be able to use our guys to do some of this.
Correct.
And they told me the same thing.
Yeah.
So they could give us back money for what we've already done, maybe.
Correct. So we
And that's what
don't,
he said.
that's correct.
So that would be really nice.
Yes.
So my guys are expensive. Probably $108,000.
What they're doing, we're gonna do, won't have to be approved by DEP, right?
it has to be approved by, no, it don't have to be approved by DEP. Well,
Mitch.
yeah, PennDOT.
Mitch, is all the gas lines and water lines done that way? All the gas lines, water lines, and all that done that way?
So I said, I mean, that's why
Well, we waiting
thought
for
they
a
was gonna be able to
decision
put it in
from.
the middle of the road with the gas lines, but they don't do that.
Waiting on the vote.
They had to be.
We vote on it?
It was a big mistake for them.
Yeah, I think we could vote on it. There's a little bit of money here, but not too much.
This is a grant.
If they weren't drilling the road.
All the work that they have done, they're gonna try to get
I'll take a motion, entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to vote on it, to Waterline Street project.
Motion by Anthony. Second,
I'll second the motion.
Mitch. All in favor?
Discussion.
Discussion.
Funding for this project will come out of the infrastructure grant funds. Or land improvement.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Opposed? Very well.
We got money for that. That's all we need.
Jack, I thought that was already built into that.
Okay.
What's that?
Isn't that already built into that?
Under
grant
unfinished business,
The grant
road
rating?
contracts,
Yeah.
road ordinance.
The road contract, okay.
Well,
Is the road ordinance, is that the one without the weight limits?
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's, I'm not done with that. I did the road contract, but not the road ordinance.
The road contract we're gonna vote on.
No,
I mean, that road I'm sorry. Road contract we talked about, road ordinance is not yet.
Not yet.
Can't do that until we have the road contract.
And let me talk, now, we talked earlier, Jack talked about the contractor's license, about showing it to Mark, that maybe we wanted to say things like tithing and stuff like that. The problem is, Jack, is that's a material change to that ordinance, and if I was gonna change it, I can, I would have a problem doing that, but I would have to re-advertise it and bring it back for another meeting.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you wanna do that or not. I can do that, I'm happy to do that, but that's another
I know
guidance.
we're not gonna go back and forth on this thing. We could make an exception if we wanted to, just note it in the minutes, but that wouldn't be right.
So I'll do whatever you want me to do.
We're gonna pass this.
No, we haven't voted on it yet.
I'm gonna make a motion. We'll vote.
Make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we vote and we own the contract and license ordinance.
I second it.
Motion by Anthony, second by Jack. Discussion, argument. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ex-mayor says no.
There's a lot of things to be done in that.
All right, we're done. Okay.
Credit card, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
credit card issue.
American Express wants to charge us for credit cards, so that didn't do that. I didn't go any further than that.
How many buildings?
Still waiting on talking to Capital One, people I talked to, Capital One business cards I talked to. That's where we are.
Hey, Joe, some of the council members voted no for that contractor's
And someone
ordinance.
said, didn't even say
Some
anything.
didn't say anything. Why don't we do a
I
roll
don't know
call
what
vote?
vote.
That's a good idea, do a roll call.
Do a roll call vote. This is getting ridiculous.
Speak up. You're gonna say something. Speak up.
Because I would have done that, I didn't hear it.
Well, I think there should be a
There
roll
was
call
no
vote
vote.
on everything that you're doing.
There was no comment.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
Yeah.
No, that's what it was. There was no comment made, so.
Sold it right.
That's not right.
let's vote.
Do a roll
What
call vote.
What are we voting on? What
To
is
pass the
that?
contract with
Contract license, you gonna work for it.
The
For the
ordinance that we
contract.
advertised 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
In the
yeah.
paper,
No.
posted on the wall. Everyone's had 2 weeks to look at it.
No, I think,
Show something.
I think that they should be insured and have a
Okay,
license.
so we voted on it, let's do a roll call.
Roll call.
You ready to get that?
Jack,
Yes.
Anthony,
Yes.
helmet. Helmet? No, helmet, no. Bo? Yes. Mitch?
Yes.
Joe?
Yeah.
5-1.
Ordinance passed.
Ordinance passed.
2025 tax issue.
Hand this to Nick. He gets to sign an ordinance.
Okay, motion to go executive session.
I'll make the motion.
Mitch, second. Second.
Wait.
All in favor?